Hello, in the video. Today we're going to take a look at the new Pokemon Shadow Wailmer in the Element Cup. Yeah, Element Cup is still available here, and we see Whalmer already in action, farming down this Slugma immediately. This Pokemon has access to a Water Gun, which is going to annihilate basically all the fire types in this meta, which is amazing. We have access to Body Slam and also Heavy Slam. I accidentally gave this Pokemon a secondary charge move. I didn't want to do it, but yeah, it just happened on accident, which is 90k down the drain. This is the main reason why I make a video about this Pokemon as well, because I didn't really want to let it go completely to waste. The IVs are not really perfect, but what can I do anymore? We see a double Smackdown team from the opponent, like a double Rock Fast Move team, because yeah, the Slugma has a Rock Thrower, not Smackdown. This thing has Smackdown as far as I know, but it doesn't really help it because our Seal is just bulky and we can farm them all the way down, winning us this first game. Next opponent, we will see someone with the same outfit as I have. And a horrible lead. We see a Slugma. We can swap into our Seal and we're gonna get greeted by this Wooper. If I had a better Seal, this would be definitely a better matchup here as well, but like this, we're still going to be able to do some damage with our Icy Wind. They're gonna go ahead and go for the Bubble Beam here, and we just have a fast move beatdown right now, which we can get to another Icy Wind in time. This will get them low, and this is the cool combination between Seal and also the Vulpix, because yep, I will get hit by at least one Bubble Beam now, but those won't do any damage anymore, as yeah, okay, they're gonna even get to another one here, which is fine. But yeah, because I am able to take those pretty well after those debuffs, I will be able to swap out into my Whalmer. And hopefully they don't have an answer in the back, but they're going to have a Seal in the back, which will be a little bit problematic. We will be able to reach the charge moves at the same time as they do, and they're going to let the first move go through, which is interesting. I'm going to shoot up the next move, which is going to be the Icy Wind, which is a smart move by the opponent, because now I do less damage with my fast move. But we can still go for one Body Slam. We will get the shield from the opponent, and we would be able to farm them all the way down, but I don't really want to anymore. I will be able to farm them down now with my Vulpix though, getting some extra energy, and now we have to get to at least 2 Body Slams here. We should be able to reach the second Body Slam in time as well. This one will get shielded. Is this enough to knock out the opponent's Slugma? It is a neutral, it's a Body Slam, and it will be enough to still win the game. After a hard lead loss, a safe swap loss, and also like loss in the back there, we're still going to be able to win this game thanks to extra energy on the Vulpix. This Pokemon here going to be a Seal against us, which is going to be a very neutral matchup. I think you would be able to win this in the 2-shit scenario as a Vulpix, but like I don't really want to go there yet. I'll try to catch a move because all moves of Seal are resisted on Seal as well. But sadly wasn't able to catch the move, but I was able to go now into my Seal against the opponent's Wooper. We will go for one Icy Wind, and this Icy Wind will be able to do some pretty nice damage against the opponent's Wooper. We can farm them all the way down, I thought, but sadly they still get to another move, which allows me at least to now go into my Vulpix, get another fast move through. We're gonna get a little bit more energy here against the opponent's Seal coming back in here. We have to get this Pokemon low because I don't really want to face it with my Whalmer in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and go for another charge move here. This charge move will get the shield from the opponent, and we will be able to go ahead and shield up the next move as well, which is going to be the Awkward here. One more move here will get the final shield by the opponent, most likely. No, they're actually going to let this move go through, and we see Vulpix coming in. Can we actually still win this here? We see that we get a ton of damage on them already, but sadly they're the Shadow version, and because of our IV spread, we will not be able to survive the move here, and they're actually still going to be able to win this here. As a Whalmer, you need shields because you do a ton of damage with your fast moves, but you can't really take any move. So it's a little tough. We will see in Vulpix against us here. We're going to try to catch the move onto our Seal, which works out pretty well. We have an ABB line, so we kind of want to get out the potential grass type, like this Oddish here. We will be able to go into our Vulpix again. We will get to some more charge moves here. I can go for some extra fast moves as well, but they do a ton of damage. So I rather don't do this here. And because I caught the move, the opponent should be locked into their Vulpix pretty soon. I didn't want to throw my charge move here, but I kind of have to do it after this one here because I realized that the time that's left would be enough for me to swap into my Whalmer in time. But now I can. And now I can get a ton of damage onto them. As you can see here, the opponent's Vulpix is very low already. I'm going to let the move go through, which turned out to be not a mistake. Was actually a pretty decent play for me, as I can go for another body slam. We're going to do a nice amount of damage against the opponent's seal. Now it really depends on if we can win this matchup here still. Can we go for another move here against the seal? We will be able to get this move through. They're going to throw their own charge move here, which is going to be the awkward tail, which is amazing for us. We will be able to go for another body slam here. This will not knock them out, but can we farm them all the way? Can we farm them all the way down? We can. Can we reach another charge move as well? We can as well. We win with like 1 HP in a dream against another Vulpix here. Good game to my opponent. What a game there. What a close one. Next opponent, we see a Slowpoke, and Slowpoke is awkward. I went directly to my seal, which is my best answer. Luckily, they stay in here. But if they stay in here, they have no answer to seal in the back, which is a little bit weird. So I'm like curious on what they have in the back here. As we see that we can go ahead and go for one Aqua Tail, farm them all the way down. And we see a fire type coming in, a Vulpix. I was like, most likely it's going to be a double fire line with like the Slugma in the back as well. We sadly miss out on this Aqua Tail by like 1 turn, which is really annoying. But we still can go into our Vulpix, catch the move here, and we can swap out after this one, or like let this move go through and like go into our Whalmer. We should be able to farm them all the way down, and they have a Dewpider in the back. So no double fire line. It was just an ABC line, I guess. We see the next opponent here having a Vulpix against us, which we're going to swap out this time immediately. Mostly I should have tried to swap onto the charge move again because it might help us later on. But we see a seal coming in, which is not amazing, but we can at least go for the straight debuff here, which allows us to hopefully do more damage than they do. But actually I don't think that's the case. I think they do the same damage as I do. But we can go for another charge move here. They're going to go for the full farm down, which is very annoying for me. Am I gonna go? I'm gonna go into my Whalmer actually, which can resist all the moves of the opponent. They're gonna go for the Icy Wind. Fine for me. I will be able to take another one here as well. I should be able to swap into my Vulpix now if I want to. And I will do that, and I can try to farm them down. They're gonna go into their own Vulpix. Fine for me. They have damage on that Pokemon already. We have both the same amount of shields. I can go ahead and just shield one up. I can go for one more charge move here. And sadly, the quick attack just gonna get us lower and lower though. So we're gonna get into range for one more charge move of the opponent. And they will be able to go ahead and get my final shield here. With their shield here as well, they're gonna get my Vulpix very low and have to rely on my Whalmer, as they're gonna go for another charge move here. This will not knock me out, of course, but I will keep my move alive because I can just farm them down with my Whalmer anyway. But sadly, they're going to have another Dewpider in the back. And this Pokemon annoys me so much in this cup. I wish this one was banned. I think the game, like the cup itself, would have been so much better without Dewpider. This thing is just too bulky and too broken. But sadly, we're going to lose this game just barely here. Good game to my opponent. Next game, we can take a look here at the Finder DX. So we see a good lead for us, Chikorita in the lead, something I like to see. And we see a Vulpix coming in, which we can realign here with our Whalmer. As it's a normal one, we should be able to take one Body Slam pretty easily, and we can just farm them all the way down here. As we can go ahead, go for one Body Slam, and this will be a pretty easy one as well. Like basically we give the opponent no farm, we can lock them into the matchup against my own Vulpix, and I will be able to even get some damage on them to knock them out with this next charge move here, which is going to be the Weather Ball. They're actually going to shield this move up here. Didn't expect this, but they can go for another Body Slam here themselves, gonna put us around half health as we see a Pansear coming in, searing some pans, as we will be able to let this move go through. They're going to have Crunch. I think I have Crunch and Flame Charge or something. The apes are actually all pretty cool, but I'm not going to invest the Stardust to build them all. Would have made a triple ape video otherwise, but it's a little bit too expensive for me to just troll around with it. As you see another Crunch coming through, we will be able to knock them out. And this looks pretty well, right? It's going to be still tough because they can actually farm me all the way down here. I didn't get to my move there by like 1 turn, and I can go for the Weather Ball now at least, and I'm still going to be able to win this game. As, yeah, there's going to be a good game here. Actually, I had to cut out at least one of the battles because my game just crashed in the middle of it. If you didn't know, there's currently a bug still available, which if you basically go into a battle, your game can crash. For me, it's around... I don't know, like every 10 games or whatever, my game crash, or even every 7 games, which is a high amount, and hopefully they fix it somewhere soon. But right now for me, there are some crashes. The final game going to be a crash as well, so it's going to be fun to watch. But We will see here the Duper against us, which is okay for me to find out here because we will be able to take this move as well. Going to be Mirror Coat. I can still go for one debuffing Icy Wind here, which is amazing because now my Vulpix is going to have a better time against it as well. And I can just go ahead and go for one more move here as well, which is going to be my Weather Ball. This will not knock them out. They can still go for a move. I can let this move go through as they're so debuffed already that this doesn't really hurt me too much. I can get a ton of energy here, which is amazing. I'm going to go for one more fast move, I think, and then swap out, as I can keep the charge move alive there, exactly. As we see the opponent going into a Vulpix onto my swap here, which is amazing for me as I can just shield this move up. Gonna get the opponent lower and lower. I have a ton of energy now thanks to the farm down here. We will be able to go for 2 body slams there. We're going to have a body slam stored already, and this should be a pretty decent game here, especially as I don't throw in time either. I will go for another one here. This would knock out the opponent, but they're going to shield up as well, which doesn't help them as we have already a move stored here. So this was definitely very important that I kept the move alive, and I tried to go for one extra fast move, because if they were already 2 of their fast moves, it would have been charge moves, it would have been a little bit tricky. We see a Wooper against us. We actually win against Wooper with the Whalmer and the one shields I saw, but mostly not with my variant of it. Wooper is definitely a very annoying Pokemon to deal with, as this Pokemon has access to Body Slam and Mud Shot, which is a very horrible moveset to play against, as we see a Vulpix coming in. We could have just went ahead and go for one shield and try to get another shield from the opponent, but I can also just farm them down with my Whalmer. Sadly, not in time, and I have to invest a shield here by 1 HP, which is so sad. One water gun more would have been enough to knock them out, but sadly, like this, it won't be enough. As we see the Wooper coming back in, I have to shield here. I am 2 shields down now. I will be able to go for the full farm down, right? Wrong, and this looks tough for me right now. We're going to get body slammed here. I'm going to go swap into my Vulpix. We're going to have a decent matchup here against the Tepic. We were going to get this thing low as well, I think, as we're going to be able to get to another move as well after this one. But yeah, it doesn't look too good here, as we can go for the body slam. As actually, I think the game crashed there as well afterwards, so that's nice. Next opponent, we will see here the Seal against us. But yeah, I think I lost the game before as well, then without crash as well. But yeah, next opponent here, we're going to see a Seal against us. We can swap out, trying to catch the move. We caught it basically, but I think my opponent threw it intentionally. They're going to go for the item and then swap out into a Vulpix, which is weird, because this Awkward Tail is still going to do around like 60%, I would say. Yeah, around this time. As we still do enough damage with my fast move. I would be able to realign, but I don't really need to. They're going to go for the body slam. I can still take this move, which is amazing for me, as I can now farm him down. I don't know why I farmed him down with this Pokemon though. I don't know why this didn't make sense. Okay, definitely misplayed this one. Sure, went into my Vulpix and farmed down with my own Vulpix, but I have no idea why I didn't do this, to be fair. I guess I wanted to have this Pokemon now aligned against my Whalmer because I can take the moves better, but this didn't really make any sense at all. They're going to go into their own Slugma, and I think I'm going to lose this game because of this, which is amazing. 10 out of 10, that's not how you're supposed to play this game. I would have easily won this game if I just played it how I was supposed to play it. Weird one, but this is something that you only see at the, like, if you basically, yeah, at the end, if you look at your own recording again, because you don't really see it all the time. In the main game, here we're going to see the final game now, and this is the game that crashed on me, which you're going to see as well. We're going to see a nice catch on the opponent. They have a ton of energy now on their lead there. We're going to be able to go for one body slam. We're going to get this thing low, which is amazing because we're going to be able to go into our own Seal. They have a shield disadvantage. They don't do damage against me here, so far so good. I will be able to farm them all the way down. Get maybe even an Icy Wind off against the opponent Chikorita. And they don't even throw a move here. All good, we have a shield advantage. We will be able to actually take this move. It's the body slam, and they're gonna go for the body slam. So they're going to have to take this Icy Wind now as well. They're debuffed. Looking so alright. We're going to get the final shield as well. We're going to see the Slowpoke coming in, which we actually should be able to take on with my Whalmer, which is hilarious. But Whalmer will be able to go for one body slam, which will nearly knock them out, but one more fast move would knock them out here. They're going to go for their own charge move. I can keep my shields alive. There's no way in hell my opponent can win this, and then my game just crashes after this charge move. So, thanks all for watching. This is going to be it for the video. The team actually worked out way better than expected, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!